Hello everyone. I welcome you all to the fourth day of this Python learning program. I am Yashaswini. Today in this session, we will be looking into the topics, methods and functions. Okay, let's begin then. What are methods? Methods are essentially functions built into objects. Methods perform specific actions on an object and can also take arguments just like function. It works just like function but do some perform specific actions. Okay. This is the syntax for methods. We have to pass an object dot method, then we have to pass arguments. Fine. These are some methods listed. We have lot of methods in Python, but only few we have listed here, and we are going to explain. We are going to learn each and everything with some examples. Okay, fine. Let's go for examples. Yeah, here we are. The first one we are learning is append. This append method allows us to add an element at the end of the list. Like, let me initialize the list first. I will initialize the list with some elements inside it. Okay. Then I'm appending a value to the list. Let me append 5 and list 1. I'll call it. Okay. See, 5 is appended at the end of the list. In this way, append works. And the next one is count. This count method helps us to count number of occurrences of an element in the list. Like I will initialize another list 2. Okay. And I'll pass some elements in it like 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. And I will count how many times 3 is repeating. Okay. Do with me so that you will get the concepts correctly. Let me check how many times 3 is repeating. Let me add another 3 to avoid confusion here. Okay. Let me check how many times the 3 is repeating here. See, I'm getting 4 times 3 is repeating. This how method count helps us. And the next one is extend. Okay. This extend adds a specified list elements to the end of the current list. This means we have to specify a list first. And I will specify a list with some elements. Okay. I'll pass some elements here. See, okay, this is my specified list. I have to add this list for my current list. What is my current list? List 1. Let list 1 will be my current list. Okay. I have to okay. I have to add list for this current list. So I will just put extend method and pass list in it and call list 1. See, the specified list is appended, that means extended to the list 1. This is how extend method works. I hope you are understanding. And the next one is insert. Okay. This insert method adds an element at a specified position. Okay. In the append method, we saw a specified element is added at the end of the list, only at the end of the list. But in insert, whatever the position we specify, at that position the things are added. Like I will show you example for the same list. In the list 1, I want to insert at the position 0, I want to insert hay. Okay, and I will call the list. See, at the position 0, hay is inserted. In this way, whatever the position I am specifying, at that position element is added. Okay, the next one is pop. Okay, next one is pop. This pop method removes element at specified position. Like we have to specify a position, at what position we have to remove an element. Okay, like the same list 1, I will pop an element which is at the position, let it be 6. Like what is there at the 6th position? This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. A is at the 6th position. Let's see whether A is popped or not. See, A is popped. Let me check it my list. See, A is not here. That means A is popped out. Okay, in this way method pop works. Next one is remove. Okay, this is just like a pop, but in the pop we added we specified the position of the element, right? But in the remove we have to specify the element which we have to remove. That means in the list, just imagine I have to remove hay from it. Okay, I don't want hay in the list, so I have to specify the element which I have to remove. See, hay is removed from the list. In this way we have to specify the element which we have to remove. And the next one is reverse. Okay, this reverse method removes this reverse method just reverse the order of the list. Like it reverse the order of the list means I will reverse the string. No, I will reverse the list. Yeah, see, the whole list is reversed. In this way reverse method works. It's easy, right? The next one is sort. Yeah, this sort method sorts the list in order. Like let me initialize a list which is unsorted. Okay, I'll give it like 5, 9, 1 and another element 6, and I will sort it using the sort method. Okay, see, the list is sorted now. In this way sort method works. And these are few methods I have explained. I hope you're all clear with the methods. Now let's move to functions. Let's see how what are functions and how we can build our own functions. Okay, functions. So what is a function? Formally, a function is a useful device that groups together a set of statements so they can be run more than once. Like if we do some action in a function, we can call that function anytime we want. We don't have to do that snippet of code again and again. So in this way, the function helps us. We will see with the examples like what did I mean. So this is the syntax for defining a function. First, we should begin with def keyword, and with a space, we have to give the name of the function. Then in the braces, in the brackets, we have to pass the arguments. Keep one thing in mind. But in the names of the function should be relevant. Like if you are finding the length of a string, length word will be good to give, right? In the same way, we should give relevant names, but should be careful. We should not give some built-in function names or keywords and all. We should not use while giving names to the function. Yeah. Then, after that, with colon, we have to write our code and we should execute. And the return statement, we'll see what return statement is, and return statement will be given at the end. So, if you want to understand function properly, then we have to see it with some examples, right? So let's do some example and see what the function and how we can build our own functions. Fine. Let's see example. I'll define my function. Like I said, we have to start with def keyword. Then I'm defining my function. Any names you can give other than keywords and built-in function names. Okay, keep that in mind. Semicolon. I'm giving it as my func. Okay. Then print. This is my function. Anything you can code here. It's a simple example. Okay. This statement is called name of a function, or we defining a function, and this print statement is called body of the function. Now we have to call the function. Until and unless we call the function, these statements are not executed. So we have to call the function. So how we will call the function means we just have to write its name and with brackets. This is how we call a function. Let me run it. See, I am getting the output as this is my function. This is a simple example of creating our own function. I'll give you another example. Please try with me. You have to do homeworks and all, right? So it will be helpful. I'm defining num function and passing an argument. This is called passing argument to the function. We are giving some variables and values inside the function, and those are called arguments. Okay. Don't forget the semicolon. Next one, I'm giving my code as print my number is, and I'm printing my number x. Fine. Now as I told you, I should call my function. How can I call my function? Num. Unless unlike our previous example, we have passed the argument here, so we have to give a value here. Let me give some value like 7. See, the code is executed and I'm getting the output as my number is 7. These are the simple example of defining functions. Let's see what this return statement does. This return statement allows a function to return a result. Return statement gives the result of the function. Okay, let me show you some return statements, definitions with different functions with return statement. I'm defining a function add num. Okay, and I'm passing arguments as a and b, and I'm returning. I told you return statement will return the result. Okay, a plus b. It will return the result of this a plus b. So I have to call the function now. Add num, and have to pass the parameters. I'm giving it as 4 and 5. Let me see, I will get the relevant result or not. See, I'm getting 9. What it's doing means it's adding, it first takes the 4 for A and 5 for B and then adds it and gives the result 9. Okay, I hope you are clear with the defining the function and getting result in the return form. Okay, I'll give you another example. Okay, now we can get this return result into a variable too. Like, I'll show you. I'm initializing a variable result and calling a function here and passing some arguments. Like I'll pass 5 and 6 now. Let me see. And I'll call the result. See, I'm getting the result in a variable. Like I can assign the result of a function into a variable too. I can use this method too. Okay. And we saw for this function I have given the numbers, right? What if I give a string, right? We'll have that doubt. What if we give the string instead of numbers? So let us try that too. I will call the function and give two strings here. Hello, and another one is world. Oh, I'm sorry, world. Okay, A will take the value hello and B will take world. Let's see what it does. See, I'm getting hello world. It's adding the strings too. It happens because in Python we don't declare variable types, right? So whatever it is, its values or strings, whatever it is, it will just add it. Okay, I hope you're clear. Next, let's use some while loops and for, if and all, and break statements in the like in functions. Okay, we'll define a function and we will use uh, break statements and all. Okay, I will take a relevant example. Like we'll check the number is prime or not, because it's a basic question. Like in interviews and all, they will ask this question very frequently. So we'll just code a program to get the number is prime or not. We'll check the number is prime or not. I'm defining my function check prime. Okay, check prime, and I'm passing an argument x here. Okay, now for I in range, we know what our prime numbers are, right? Number is prime if that number is only evenly divisible by 1 and itself. If it is divisible by 1 and itself, it's called as prime. Otherwise, it's not prime, right? So we have to check whether it's divisible by 2 and the numbers between 2 and whatever the input we give. So I am giving the range from 2 to the number we input, like x. Okay. And if it is divisible, so the condition will be x remainder of I equal to 0, right? If it is divisible, then it will not be prime. It should not be divisible to become a prime number. So I have to print as it's not a prime number because it is divisible by some other numbers, right? Great. Then I have to give a else statement. But I will not give a else statement here. I will give a else statement outside if, because I have to make sure that the given number goes through all the condition. So I am giving it outside if. Okay. Print x comma is a prime. Fine. Okay, our code snippet is ready. Now, the that I told you what's the advantage of creating functions, right? How much ever time we want to call the functions, we can call. Like we don't have to write the program again and again, the same conditions, same code. We don't have to write it again and again. So, like what I meant is, I will call it. I will call this function check prime, and whatever input you want to give, you can give it here. Like my wish, I will give it 20. Just a minute, I made some mistake here. Okay, the mistake is break statement, right? I should break the loop. If the condition satisfied, I should break the loop. I should not continuously doing it again and again. So I have to break the statement and come out of the loop, right? So yeah, see, I'm getting out as 20 is not a prime. Great. Now, as I told, I can execute, I can call this function as many times as I want. I will call it again. I will call it again. Check prime. I'm giving this 17 here. See, 17 is not a prime. 17 is a prime. So in this way, we can call this function as many times as we want. I hope you're clear with this creating function and executing and all. Fine, let's move on to the next topic. That is, now it's time to quickly learn about two built-in functions that are filter and map. Once we learn about how this operate, we can learn about the lambda expression, which will come in handy when you begin to develop your skills further. Okay, what is this map function? The map function allows you to map a function to an iterable object. That is to say, you can quickly call the same function to every item in an iterable such as a list. What I meant is, if you have a list and you have to execute a function for each and every element inside the list. So in that case, we have to map that list and the function together. I will show you how we can do it. I have a function. I have a function. I will define a function odd. This function checks for the odd number. Okay. If n modulo 2 not equal to 0, it's the condition for odd number. I have to get the result, that is return statement, as odd, right? And else, if it was not, if the number is not an odd number, then it should return the number, whatever number in the list. Okay, this is the function I'm coding for the to find the odd number. Okay, now I have a list. I have to check whether the odd or even number for the elements inside the list. Fine. Now I have to give this list as the input to the function. I want this function to go through all the elements inside the list. So for that, I can map both the list and and function. I will show you how. I should get the result in a list form, so I'm doing it inside the list. Okay, I'm mapping. This is the map function. I should map this function and my list, right? See, wherever the number is odd, I'm getting it as odd as I wanted to return, and wherever the number is even, I'm getting the same number as output. This how a map function works. For a better understanding, I will give you another example of map. I'm defining a function fruit. Okay, fruits, and I'm passing an argument string inside it, and I'll get the result length of the string. I want length of the string. Okay, whatever the string I am passing into it, I want its length as output. This my function, and I am passing it tuple now. I want the function to run for all the inputs inside all the strings inside the tuple. So my strings are apple, banana, and cherry. Okay, now I will map both. List, inside list, I will map it. What is my function? My function is fruits. And what is my tuple? My tuple name is tuple. Okay, see, I'm getting the length of apple is 5, and length of banana is 6, and length of cherry is 6. This is how a map function works. So I hope you're clear with the map function. So let's see how filter function works. Okay, what does this filter function do means? Let me introduce first. I'll tell you what the filter function means. Filter function returns an iterator yielding only those items of iterable for which the function is true. That means if the function evaluates as true, only then we will get that output. If the function doesn't evaluate as true, then we will not get that output. In the sense, in simple words, it just filters out. Okay, I'll give you some examples for better understanding. Definition. I'm defining my minor function. Okay, inside it I will be giving the argument as num and return num less than 18. That means whatever the number I am inputting, if the number is less than 18, I should get the output. The function evaluates it as true, and that number I should get that number as output. And if the number is greater than 18, that is false statement, then I should not get that output. That means it should filter out. Okay. So let me initialize my list. That is age 23. I'm giving number of inputs here. 24, 12, 30, 15, 17. Okay. Let me see whether it filters out or not. I'm filtering inside a list. In the same way we did the mapping functions, I'll do the filter also. What is my function name? Minor, comma, my list name age. Okay. See, only the numbers which are less than 18 are filtered out, and I'm getting it as output. In this way, filter function works. I hope you are clear with this. So let me go to the next topic, that is lambda expressions. It's a very interesting topic. Okay, what is this lambda expression? one of Python's most useful tool is the lambda expression. This lambda expression allows to create anonymous functions. This basically means we can quickly make functions without needing to properly define a function using def keywords and passing the arguments and all. We don't need to do those codes, 2-3 lines code. Instead of that, we can quickly make a function using a single line. That is called lambda expression. This lambda's body is similar to what we would put in the definition body return statement. Return statement will be same for both. Okay, like not return statement, the calling method will be same for both the functions and lambda expression. Just the definition and arguments passing will be bit different, and the code lines will be very less in lambda expression. I will just show you how we can deal with lambda expressions. Okay, first I will okay, first I will define my normal function. Okay, what we have already learned. This is my normal function. Return x multiply y. Okay, I should get the result of this function as multiplication of this x and y, and I'm calling it and passing some values inside it. Okay, see, I'm getting the output as 2 into 5, that is 10. We can write this code using the lambda expression. Okay, the same thing, the same output, we can get it from the lambda expression. Let's see how. I will initialize a mul variable, and for that I will initialize lambda expression. I have to give a keyword named lambda, then I have to give the variables here, like arguments. Whatever the arguments we passed into the definition there, we have to give it here. The arguments and colon, and whatever the function we have to carry out. Like there I had carry out x into y, right? That's what I'll do here, and I have to call the variable by passing some arguments in it. I'll pass 2 into 5. See, I'm getting same 2 into 5, that is 10 here, using the lambda expression. This lambda expression comes in handy very much. I'll show you some more examples to see how lambda works. Let me take another example. Like, let us print even numbers, list of even numbers. Okay, I'm using even number example a lot, I know, because it's easy. Range, and they will ask you everywhere, like it's the most favorite question everywhere, finding even number, prime number and all. Okay, list. Here I'll use filter function inside the list. Okay, let's use the filter function, and inside the filter function we'll use lambda. It's interesting. Lambda, I'm giving the parameter as n, and the condition, now I have to give the condition, right? Modulo 2 for finding the even numbers. Okay, and I have to check the numbers for, I have to check for the range of 0 to 6, I have to check it, so I'm giving it as nums here. Okay, let me execute. See, it first of all, what did that do? For the variable nums, from range of 0 to 6, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is initialized for nums. Okay, then coming to the lambda here, this lambda function, what it does, it will take n as argument, and checks for the even number. in the list of num. Fine. Then, as I said, filter function will filter for the true statements, right? Whatever the even numbers are there, only those are filtered and we are getting it as output here. Great. I hope you all got this. Try it once. It's very interesting. Okay then. Let's see some more examples like how we can use lambda function for strings. Okay, I'm initializing string here and I'm giving technoids. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, technoids. I'm initializing string with technoids. Now I will use the lambda function to get the first letter of the technoids. Okay, how we can get the first letter of the technoids using lambda function. I will pass the argument as s and s of 0, that is first letter I want it. I want a first letter. And for lambda function, I'm giving the parameter as string. I'm passing the string inside the lambda function. So let me run the code. Okay. By mistake, I have typed 1 here. Okay. See, I'm getting the first letter of the technoids as output. In this way, I can pass the string inside the lambda function and get the desired results. In the same way, I can reverse this string technoids. Okay, let me show you how I can reverse this string technoids using the lambda function. I'm giving the argument as s and s. I hope you all know how we can reverse a string. You have done the assignment, right? Yeah. Now I'm giving the string inside the lambda function. See, the technoids is reversed. I hope you all got the function of the lambda. If you are clear with this, I will move on to the next. If you have any doubts, no, just put it in the comment section if the comment section is on, or else you can discuss it in the WhatsApp group or else in the discussion session. Okay, make a note of the doubts you have. Fine. Let's move on to the next topic if you're clear with the lambda functions. If you're not clear, go back and see it again and get clarified. Okay, the next topic is nested statement and scope. To understand this, if I say it in words, you will not get it. So let me take an example and make it clear to you. I will initialize a variable a with 50. Okay, my variable a is having the value 50. Then I will define a function scope. Okay, and I will initialize again the same a again with 25. Listen it carefully and return a. Fine. This is my definition. I have initialized a with 50 and I have defined my function scope, and inside it I again initialized a with 25 and I have asked the function to return a. Now you have to tell me, like you can't tell me, okay. What do you think this statement will give me? Whether it will give me 25 as output or 50 as output. It will give me 25 or 50. What do you think? I think I will get 50. Let me check. See, I'm getting 50 because 50 is initialized outside the definition function. So whatever the changes I have made inside the function will be concise inside only the definition. Like I can print scope. Okay, see, I'm getting it as 25. The value inside the a value inside the scope will be considered only inside the function, not outside the function. So we cannot get the 25 with this statement. Okay, this is where the concept of scope comes in. How the Python will know which a you are referring to, which a you want output, which a you are referring, and which a you're expecting to get as result. Okay, this is where the concept of scope comes in. We have rules to get the scope. Okay, those rules are called LEGB rule, that is local, enclosing function locals, global, and built-in. These are the four rules. What is local means whatever the name assigned in any way within a function, that is it can be a lambda function or it can be a def function. Whatever the function, the name assigned inside the function will not be declared as global. It is considered only inside that function. And enclosing function locals, this also like local only, names in the local scope of any and all enclosing function like lambda or definition from inner to outer, like it will be consigns to inside the function. Okay, and comes to the global. Global is declared outside the function, like it can be accessed anywhere, like outside the function, inside the function, anywhere we can access that global variable. And built-in is like some built-in names like open, len, and these things are built-in names, like some, these are some built-in names, lambda and all. These are all built-in names. Let's see example for local. Okay, I'm initializing someone and I'm putting a lambda function, giving the way argument as x, and I'm adding it x plus 1. Okay, I'll pass parameter 5 into it. Fine. See, it's 6. The value here x is a local variable. It is local only for the lambda function, not outside the function. We cannot get that function. We cannot get the variable outside the function. It is local for only the lambda function. I hope you are clear with what is local. This is local. Let me comment it. It is local. Okay. The next one is enclosing function locals. For this, I will give you an example. I will initialize x with some string, that is, this is global. Okay, enter. I'm defining a function name. Okay, and I'm again initializing the x, like enclosing function. Okay, again it is as the heading says, nested statements, nested function. I can give a nested function to, like function inside the function. I'm giving a function inside a function, scope. I'm defining my function scope check. Now print this is x. Okay, let me see what I will get for x, what output I will get for x. Okay, let me call this function scope check. Do with me, okay, as I'm doing. Here I will call name function. Okay, my function is ready. Let me see. I will run this now and let me see. For this print statement, what x I will get, the enclosing function or the this is global. What I will get, I will see. See, I'm getting as this is enclosing function, not this is global, because this whatever the x I have defined inside the function is enclosed inside a function. Whatever x I have declared inside the function will be considered and will be accessible inside the only inside the function. Okay, this what enclosing function meant. I will comment it here. This is enclosing function. Okay, I hope you are clear with the topic. And for global, now I have to know global. Yeah, one of the easy way to see the global is if the variable is global, we can access it anywhere in any cell. You can access that variable. Like let me see. I will print x. Let me see what output I will get. See, this is global. Whatever I have declared here, whatever the variable I have initialized here outside the function is a global function, a global variable. That's why I'm getting in another cell also as this is global as output. So this is called global variable. Okay, this scope of this variable is global. In this way, I hope you are all clear with the scope of the variables. Okay, and I will give you another relevant example to get to know how you can differentiate between scopes. Okay, I'm initializing num variable with 10 and I'm calling a function. I'm defining a function check. Check num. Okay, now print num is I forgot the inverted commas here. Okay, gift. Fine. Now I will call the okay. Yeah. Then I will change the value of num here. Num is equal to, I will change it to 2. Then I will try to print it. Print changed num is. I think you all clear like what I am trying to say. Okay. Then I will call the function here. Check num. Fine. And before calling, okay, this is after calling I'll get like this and I'll give a print statement outside too. Print to see whether the number like whether the number value is changed or not. Okay, let us check what this function gives us result. See, first I have initialized num with 10. Then I have defined a function check, and I am trying to print the value of num here. Num is, and I am trying to print the value of num, and I have changed the num value to 2. Then again I will try to print the changed num. This all happens after I call the after I call the function check num. Then I try to print the num whether to see whether the value is changed or not. So before changing the value, even this as this num is a global variable, even inside the definition, even inside the check function, the value of the num was 10, right? After changing the value of the num to 2, the changed value was 2 to the 2 of the num. Changed num is 2. Fine. Then out of the function, like I told you already, this will be a enclosing variable, right? Enclosed inside a function, so it will not affect the value of num outside it. So the num value outside the function is 10 itself. It hasn't changed. So the value of the num outside the function is also 10. So what if we want a change after it comes out of the function also? Like I have changed the value of the num to 2. Now outside the function its value is 10, but I want it as 2. In that case, I will copy the same function. Okay, but the thing is, I will declare it as global. If I declare that num as global, see, I had declared the num as global inside a function. So wherever you try to get the num, it will change. The change will affect outside the loop too. See, the num value outside the function is also 2 now because of the global statement I have used. This is the use of the global statement. I hope you're all clear with the scope and global statement. When you use the global statement, it will give the changes outside the function too. Okay, I hope you are clear with the global function, global statement. The next is arcs and quarks. I know this word sounds strange, but what is this arcs and quarks? Arcs means arguments. Quarks means keyword arguments. Arguments are in like I will show you an example to make you understand what is this argument and keyword argument. Let's define a function here, a normal function. I'm defining a normal function x comma y. Okay, return. I told you sum is a keyword. Okay, so I'm getting x comma y. I'm returning the sum of x and y from a function. So I have to call it right now. I will call it add 4,6. Sum is a built-in function. Don't get confused. See, I'm getting it in green color. Okay. I'll run it. See, I'm getting it as output 10. In this case, this parameters which I gave when I was calling 4 and 6 were positional. Like what I meant by positional is 4 is assigned to x and 6 is assigned to y. in this case there were only two arguments, right? What if we want to give more than two arguments, like more number of arguments? There are only there is a way, like I can initialize all the arguments there itself, or I can give it as a parameter. But how much ever I can give 10, 20, and not more than that, right? To make you understand, I will initialize the things here. Like I'm initializing arguments with 0. It's a default, to make it as a default, okay? I have given some, I have passed 5 arguments here and returning the sum of all these arguments. Okay. Then I have to call the function, right? And here see, I'm giving only three parameters. Like what it does means, now it will take A will take 3 and B will take 4 and C will take 5. What about D and E? That's why we have initialized it. It will take 0 as default value. So now it will add and it will give us the output as 12. So we cannot keep on giving more number of arguments, right? It will be difficult to give 20, 30 arguments. Is it possible? No, right? So here the argument, that is args, comes into picture. I'll comment it here. How the argument looks. This is args. Let's understand how this works and how we can give this. I'll take a simple example. I'm defining a function adder. Okay. Inside it, I'm giving whatever argument you give, whatever name of the argument you give. If it start with a star, that is asterisk, then it is considered as args. Okay, I'm giving it as num, star num. Now it what does it mean? It's a arg. Okay, fine. Now sum is equal to 0. I'm initializing sum is equal to 0. Then for n I'm sorry. Okay, where was it? Yeah. For for n in num, whatever the num, like, or we can initialize list, or you can give number of arguments as parameter, number of parameter in for the arguments, like whatever. We have to add all those numbers. So that's why I'm using a for loop here. Okay. Sum is equal to sum plus n. Fine. Now I have to print the sum. Sum is sum. Okay. Like I've defined my function. Now how I can give this arguments? Like I'll first pass two arguments here, 3, 5. See, I'm getting sum as 8. Now I want to give 4 arguments like 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, see, I'm getting this as output. I want to give like 10 numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm giving 10 arguments here. See, I will still I will get the output. This how I this is the use of the argument. We can use argument like this. Okay, I hope you are clear with the args. Now let's get into quarks. Sounds strange, I know. Quarks, in args we used only a single asterisk, single star, but in quarks we have to use double. Okay, quarks, that is keyword arguments. Okay, to understand this, what this keyword argument does means it offers a way to handle arbitrary numbers of keyworded arguments. Like instead of creating tuples of values, this keyword arguments builds a dictionary of key. It builds a dictionary. I can say it's a subset of dictionary. It gives the dictionary of keys and values in pairs. Okay. What did I mean is I will just show you. It will be in the form of key and value. Like let me define a function intro, and inside it I'm giving keyword arguments, that is with double star data. Fine. I'm using for loop. I told you it will have keys and values, right? We have studied about the dictionaries in the previous classes. Key and value in data dot items. We have studied in the previous lecture what this dot items does, right? Okay. Now I'm printing first. I'll print the key, then I'll print the value. Okay, in what format I want? In the format of key and value. Fine. Okay, this is my function now. Now whatever the arguments I'm supposed to give, I can give. Like what did I mean with dictionary is inside the intro. First I have to give a key value. Key value will be fname. Okay. Then equal to fname means first name Sita. I'm giving it as Sita, and the last name will be Sharma. Okay. Fine, and I'm passing one more argument. Like I said earlier, we can pass as many arguments as we want when we use arguments and keyword arguments. Okay. Yes. See, because of this print statement, I'm getting in this way. This is key and this is the value. This is in the form of dictionary, right? Whatever the input we gave, this is in the form of dictionary. So I'm getting the output as first name is Sita, last name is Sharma, and age is 20. Okay. I told you I can call function as many times as I want. So I'm again calling my function and giving some parameters like fname equal to Virat, and let the last name be Kohli, and let game be cricket. See, I'm giving how many arguments, and team B RCB. Okay, now see, I'm getting as F name is Virat, last name is Kohli, game is cricket, and team is RCB. In this way, we can use keyword arguments. Okay, and one more thing, we can use argument and keyword arguments together in a single function. Like, I will define a function, my func. Okay, then I'm giving inside the first one. I will give it as arguments. Okay, and the second is keyword arguments. I told you you can give any other names. It's not necessary to give args and quacks. Like I have used data here, and previously I used num in the, but the necessity is using stars. Okay, okay. I define my function. If I'm giving a condition, if A and B is in quotes. Okay, if this is my condition, print F is okay. Okay, okay. I like, I'm giving and dot join arguments, because I'm giving more than one argument, so I'm joining it. Then but I have, you may feel like what she's doing, right? Once I give the arguments, once I pass the arguments, you will get to know what I did. Okay, let me finish my code. Marks A. I think everything is fine. Yeah. Yeah. Now it's fine. Okay. I can give a else statement here. I can give a else statement to pass. This pass statement, now it will do nothing. It will just pass this. It will do nothing actually. Okay. It's not necessary to give the pass statement. Okay. Now let me call my function. See now I have first I have to pass the arguments. Okay, I will pass it as pizza, and then I will pass it as fries. I can give more than one arguments, right? I told you what should be the format of keyword arguments. My format for keyword argument should be A is equal to apple, comma, B is equal to mango. Let it be mango. Fine. So here we see the first one is argument. So whatever the arguments passed inside, first it will be initialized for the argument, and then the quacks will be initialized because of the positioning. Okay, I will just run it. See, Wait a minute. See what it did means. First, I defined my function with arguments and keyword arguments. If A and B in keyword arguments, whatever the keyword arguments I have given, A and B are my keyword arguments, right? So if A and B are present in keyword arguments, then I should print the statement I like. I have joined the whatever arguments I have given, because I have given more than one arguments. Those are pizzas and fries. Okay, I have joined them. Those arguments are getting as output like I like pizza and fries. Then comes here, but I have keyword argument A. What is the keyword argument A? In A I have initialized apple, right? So I'm getting output as, but I have apple. So what is my output? I like pizza and fries, but I have apple. I hope you are clear with the example. If not, do it once again. Do it by yourself. Then you will be clear like what I have done. Okay. And one more thing, like I said, the position is in position. Position is in the position is very much important. Like, sorry for my mispronunciations. Okay, my firm. If I'm giving keywords first and arguments next, like I'm initializing keyword first. Okay, apple, and then B, mango. Fine. I've initialized keyword first, then I will initialize my arguments like pizza and fries. Okay, see, I will get an error here. Positional argument follows keyword argument. That's why positional is very much important. If we are giving arguments, then keyword arguments, the same order should follow uh, in passing of the arguments too. Like we have to give the keywords first, then first we have to give the arguments, then we have to give the keyword arguments. I hope it's clear. Once try all these examples, you will be clear, and do the assignment given. Okay, thank you so much for listening. Okay, bye.